I found some fresh parvar at the Indian store last night, and I'm super excited to share the parvar and batata no shaak recipe that my family has made for decades. This is a recipe that my grandmother passed on to my mother, who's passed on to me, and it is a family favorite. So let's get started. Parvar are an Indian vegetable known as pointed gourd in English, and they look a little bit like a cucumber or a little baby melon. You want to look for parvar that are young and tender, that don't have big woody seeds in them. But it's okay if you have parvar that have the seeds, you simply remove the seeds. So I'll show you how to do that. To prepare the parvar, we want to thinly remove the skin, almost like scraping it off rather than actually just peeling it fully. So let me show you how we do that. You take a knife and you cut off the two ends, and then with a peeler or a sharp paring knife, just very thinly and gently peel the very outer layer of the parvar. And you don't have to necessarily peel the entire thing. You can kind of leave a little bit of skin on, and that's not a problem. A great technique for making sure that you're just peeling the very outer layer of the parvar and not taking too much off is to just hold the parvar in your palm and quickly run the peeler down very, very gently. And that works really well. And it's actually pretty quick. Now to cut the parvar, cut it into half and check to make sure that none of the seeds are too tough. So you're looking for black seeds or any white seeds that are really hard. So this looks okay. I've just got white seeds. I'm looking for about a 1/4 inch thick slice. So I'm going to cut it into 3 here. This looks pretty good. It's about 1/4 inch thick. So I found one that has some pretty tough seeds in here. You can see that they are turning brown. So we'll need to take all of the insides out. So for something like this, you could just take a paring knife and just kind of scoop all of the insides out, because this has a lot of really woody seeds. So you can just take the whole section out as well. And there we go. The parvar are all sliced up. Moving on to the potatoes, just peel. Going to cut the potato into equal sized slices as well. So I have about a 1/4 inch slices for the parvar. I'm going to do the same for the potato. And then cut each slice into a 1/4 inch fry. Okay. That's all the potatoes. Put those aside. And I'm going to chop up the green chili. I'm just going to cut the green chili into little thin rings. To make the shaak, I'm going to add some oil to a pan. I test the oil by tossing in a cumin seed and seeing if it sizzles right away. And it looks like it is sizzling right away, so that is good. Add the cumin seeds and let them sizzle for a few seconds. Then add in the hing or asafoetida. Give that a nice stir. Now add the parvar and the potato. Just gonna drain the potato and add that in. Now I'm going to let this cook until all the potatoes are about halfway cooked. So you're looking for them to soften along the edges and then still be a little crunchy in the middle. So it'll take a few minutes. So we'll just let this cook, stir every couple of minutes until the potatoes are halfway cooked. This is cooked for about 10 minutes on medium heat. I'm just going to give it a good stir. You can see that the potato is starting to soften and the parvar is starting to wilt. So this is good. You're not cooking to any exact point at this point, because you'll finish off cooking and make sure that the potatoes are soft enough to eat at the end. So just about 8 to 10 minutes of cook time under medium heat is perfect. Now I'm going to add the green chilies. Okay, so dhana jeeru, turmeric. I like to add black pepper whenever I'm using turmeric. Red chili powder. And salt. Give that a good mix. Okay. And now we're going to cook with a special Indian technique. So the way to cook it is to put a lid on top and pour some water on the lid. And this makes sure that your vegetables are cooking without any extra added water, but that they have condensation and steam, which creates the moisture without adding any outside water. And it creates just this beautifully textured, well-cooked vegetable with no dilution of flavor. I like to use a steel pan as my lid because most of my pots and pans are bought in the United States and they don't come with a lid that I can pour water onto. They usually have conical lids, or they have a handle and nothing to kind of hold water. So I like to use a pan. So I'm just going to lay it on top and make sure that the bottom is big enough that it completely covers the pan below, and then add just a little bit of water, about a half cup to 1 cup. Let this cook until the potatoes are fully softened. I'm going to stir every couple of minutes to make sure nothing is sticking to the bottom. Check to see how the shaak is doing. There's plenty of moisture in there. I'm seeing some caramelization as well. That looks really good. The parva is perfectly cooked. There's no resistance. The potato is cooked as well. At this point, the shaak is done. You can brown it a little bit more if you like. You can just cook it a little for a couple minutes uncovered to get a little bit more of that caramelization if you like. Or you can just leave it like this. I like it a little bit more caramelized, so I'm going to just give it a couple minutes without the lid on, and then garnish with cilantro, and it's ready to serve. It's cooked a couple more minutes and it is now nicely caramelized. And then transfer it to a bowl. Garnish with a little more cilantro. There you have it, Parval Batata nu Shaak.